So let's talk about buying a unit, whether new or used. So I find that people actually spend more time shopping for a plasma TV than they do an RV. People get swept up in the whole, romanticism about, camping and going out and enjoying the outdoor world. So let's talk about things to watch out for when you purchase either new or used, and ways to save some money, shall we? So when you go to a dealership, things are nice and shiny, they smell good, we got fancy showrooms, okay? And you go out into the lot with a salesman or on your own, and you start poking around, and it gets quite fun. As far as buying a new unit, okay, when you buy from a dealership, okay, the units can be either what we call a PDI, okay, it's a pre-delivery inspection, okay. The PDI can be done either at the beginning or after your purchase of the coach. So the unit will come from the factory and it's shipped to the dealership, and it is put out, it's either a PDI done or at the beginning. So during this PDI, in this pre-delivery inspection, all the tanks, your freshwater tank, your gray water tank, and your black water tank are all filled to capacity, okay? So we can test for leaks anywhere in the system. Being human beings, unfortunately, technicians they'll get along in the whole pre-delivery inspection, and we have a whole list of items that we have to check off and test. And we basically stick a garden hose down a toilet or in the shower pan or sink, fill up those tanks, and we're busy doing other things, other check. And we forget that the water's running. And we end up flooding the unit. Okay, so even though this is a brand spanking new unit, okay, it could already be water damaged, believe it or not. We call this lot rot. We actually have a term for it, lot rot. Lot rot. Okay, lot rot. So this is out there, wooga booga booga, as I say. Okay, the unit could also be PDI'd just after your purchase, and again, a technician could technically flood the unit. Unfortunately, the dealerships will not disclose this information, okay? So you are being sold a brand new unit that is not damaged. However, underlying, it could be damaged already. So we will talk about some ways to watch out for this and to protect yourself, okay? Another thing, when you go to the lot, okay, you'll see all these RVs lined up in a row. Looking all shiny and wonderful, okay? Now, some units will be brand new, not too old, okay? And the way dealerships work is they take a loan out on all these units from factory. They don't actually own the units. So what happens is with a loan, interest is added up, okay, on the loan. So this unit, they'll say it's new, it will have, let's say, a month's worth of interest on it, okay? This unit, well, it's not as popular, and it may have been sitting for 3 months. So it's got about 3 months of interest on it. And then you can have ones that are super duper, they've been sitting there 6, 7 months, maybe a year. It's all added up, okay? The dealership isn't just going to eat this cost, they're going to apply it to the bill. They're going to sneak it in. That's just the way they do it. They sneak it into the bill. And when you do purchase a unit, so many things are going on. You're jacked up with emotion, you're excited, the kids are running around screaming, and then, you know, they're shooting numbers at you. And then they ask you about extended warranty coverage, which is going to cost you more, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, what's this all going to add up to be? And interest on the loan and getting financing, and it's just overwhelming, and it's hard to keep track of what's going on. Okay, so one way to save money here is actually to special order. We'll write that down for you. Special order directly from factory. So even though the unit you like with the floor plan here, and this is the one you really want, you don't know how long it's been sitting on that lot for. Okay, so if you special order, it comes directly from factory and gets shipped to the dealership, and then you get it instantly. Okay, it's a way to save money. Another tip about buying a unit, there's sales quotas out there. So salesmen are really hungry to fill that quota set by the dealership, okay? And so if you buy towards the end of the month, you'll usually get a little bit more of an incentive, a little more leverage on the purchase deal, okay? Also, a great time to buy is at the end of the year, because everyone wants to shine, compared to the last year, and you can usually get some really good negotiating for price at that particular time. And also, part of the purchase time, you'll find that your salesman wants to sweeten the deal, and your salesperson will often throw in a few goodies. They might throw in some lounge chairs, an area rug, maybe a barbecue, okay? And it's been my experience that they don't always follow through with those, okay? So if your salesman is promising that, I highly recommend, and I can't say this enough, is to get it in writing. Okay. Again, there's so many things going on during the process. It's usually when you get the unit home and you start thinking about all the events that went on, and you go, oh yeah, I was supposed to get a barbecue, and you come back and you say, well, I was promised a barbecue, and they don't always deliver. Salesmen, they're fine and all, but they're human beings, and they can forget to, or they purposely forget, and they don't want to, actually pay up for that because it technically comes out of their pocket, okay? So to keep them honest, get it in writing. All right. Part of the purchase process, we talked about extended warranties. Okay, so there are companies out there. In Canada, we have FCPP, First Canadian Protection Plan. There's Good Sam Club, and a slew of other popular extended warranty coverage. Whether to purchase extended warranty coverage or not, well, that's going to be ultimately up to you. Usually there's different plans, like a silver plan, bronze, gold, platinum. Okay, so you can spend different amounts of money for coverage, and hopefully it's a good company that will actually deliver when you do need extended warranty. For it to justify extended warranty, basically the more expensive the coach, the more expensive the components, this is where it comes in handy. Components fail, fridges can fail, air conditioners can fail. These are big ticket items. Okay, just to give you an example, air conditioners, without being installed, they're typically about $1,200 to $1,300. Hot water heaters are $1,000. Fridges start at about $2,300. If you got a double door fridge, that can be like $6,000 to even $7,000 now. We're talking big money. Okay. Depending on your coverage, you will have a deductible, either a $0 deductible, 100, 200, 500, whatever the flavor of the day is. Okay? You have to understand what you're purchasing. So they'll give you a big contract with all the legal jargon. It's hard to understand. You just have to sort of tough it out. Okay? And you have to understand that water leaks are not going to be covered. at all, unless it is from a plumbing issue. But let's say a water line burst, okay, the warranty coverage will cover fixing the burst line, but they're not going to cover the damaged floor, the damaged cabinetry, the wet insulation, okay? So let's be perfectly clear and honest about that. As far as exterior water leaks from sealants failing, moldings, and so forth, they're not, and rot and dry rot, no, they're not going to cover that at all, okay? That goes along with factory warranties. So factory warranties typically are 1-year coverage, okay? And there are some manufacturers that are offering a 2-year factory warranty coverage. Again, they do not cover water leaks. They just don't. So that's basically tips and techniques of how to buy a new coach, okay? When you are buying a used coach, okay, it's buyer beware. You've got Craigslist, you've got eBay, internet, you've got small private lots that will sell units on consignment, and they might be there 1 week and then you purchase your unit and then they're gone the next week. So that can happen as well. So we're going to cover some ways to protect yourself to buy a used unit, okay? You're going to want to check sealants. You're going to check for moisture damage, which would be the most expensive repair that you will come across, okay? And we'll be covering all the different systems, so you can look into that for yourself. It doesn't hurt to have your unit inspected either. There's not a whole lot of inspectors. It's not a regulated industry like buying a home and having a home inspector, okay? So there are people out there that will do inspections. Again, it's great to take their word. It's an opinion, it's advice, but you also have to look at it yourself and just use common sense. It really comes down to common sense. The whole secret about RV ownership is to do the maintenance. It just boils down to that, okay? If you're buying a used unit, ask questions, you know. Hopefully you're going to get some good answers. Ask about the maintenance. See if they've got, the previous owner has a record of what was done over the years with bills and so forth. Ask when's the last time it was resealed, what kind of sealant was put on. You know, you're getting this information and you want to hear those right answers, okay? So again, it's buyer beware, and I'll give you some tips and techniques here of how to protect yourself.